more. I'd like to think it does, but I'm not sure it does, because I think Lisa will get a much more refined product. Or at least I think it's possible. If, after all, you think she, or her vagina for that matter, will have something useful to say. Yeah, and that's kind of why I place so little value on Lisa's opinion. Like I think I've said sometime earlier, Lisa seems to be your yes man. I haven't seen any signs of conflict between you and her in the last year. Maybe Steve will have something helpful to say. Actually, Steve has already said something helpful. He didn't put it on my blog, which is a disappointment. But I mentioned him at the very beginning of my music blog entry 3, which you should take a look at, but not before you've read the previous 2. I mean, he is stoned most of the time, so maybe not. That's true enough. He did have some interesting stuff to say. Maybe you should work on the issues I raised instead of trying to explain how I used to be black and how I bleached my skin. I never said that, dude. Steve was stoned. Tell me that was just Steve being stoned and not an actual thing you thought was real. Yeah, that was Steve stoned, dude. He actually, in the conversation we had, we did a messenger video chat one night, and during that session, he said some pretty degrading things about you. He mentioned that you have no nipples, and said you might be even weirder than we know, but I, for the most part, refrained, and I certainly never said the 2 things you just listed. Or for that matter, would help your case? Yeah, I have no idea. I think you got a false report from Steve, Michael. When I said justify what you said, I was thinking more like facts, not tinfoil hat logic. Yeah, I have, I have nothing to say on that. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Probably you're referring to the last tape before this series of tapes.